Hello everyone, Railgan here with another CVP analysis. This time we're helping out Frugs a little bit. A Diamond 3 Zerg around 4k MMR in Europe. I asked him, well Frugs, what have you done good? He said, not too much to be honest, I survived for a while I guess. That's admirable. What have you done wrong? I let the protest take a huge worker lead early on, or when I was under no pressure. I didn't see the third base go down early enough and cut drones too early. I didn't effectively counterattack with run-bys or link drops after I fought off the adept pressure. My macro slipped heavily due to the adept pressure and I wasn't able to get the upgrades I needed to 2 and bait speed. Or spent my resources, and mostly, as a result of the above, I wasn't able to control the protest expansion economy, put the entire game with an income deficit. He says he has problems with a lot of things, but he's not sure how and in what order he should address them. Let's have a look at this game. If you looked at if you watched yesterday's analysis of the what was his name again? I forgot, Sebastian I think. Then this Zerg already opens a little bit different. The other Zerg went for the very first third. He kind of delays it a little bit. There's no real point in delaying the third base. I'm gonna enable the vision of everything again. And it's producing 2 queens, 4 links. I make 4 links as well, but I don't think building 4 links is needed at all. I mean, it can be. I think you kind of need 4 links to kill the probe if it puts on a pylon. I'm not sure. It's good. Kill the probe. Good. The injects are a little bit late. The first thing he noticed is that he let the Protoss take a huge worker lead. Let's look. He goes for the Overlord speed. I hope he will use that. Protoss, we see the standard Twilight Council. The adepts are walking across the map. Or one adept. Creep spread, very good. Additional creeps. I don't think you want to put on a tumor instead of the inject, but maybe that's what other players do, I'm not sure. I feel like the injects are very important, especially if you start with 2 bases. Then the fast evolution chamber. Right now we are noticing a similar thing what we saw yesterday. No baning nest, no roach warren. And a lot of drones yet again. This I see. Carapace upgrade. Now we have the same problem again, right? The baning nest is about 40 seconds to a minute late. The upgrade, first of all, the Carapace upgrade doesn't really do anything, I believe, for Zerg in this matchup. I mean, technically you can say, well, I want the Carapace upgrade because it's good against both, good for both Roach, Ravager, and Lings and Baneling. So, but the upgrade doesn't really help you. It doesn't really allow you to survive that much longer. So I don't think you should go for that ever. Just get the melee or the missile upgrade. Then we see the Protoss there. Right now the worker count is very good. The lair is way late. Like at the 5:30 mark there is no lair being built, and you do have the money. You do have the money to build the lair. Oh no, wait, you're down here, sorry. You do have the money. Now you started the media upgrade, okay. You made a lot of banelings, 4 banelings. Fair amount to build. The lair is still not started, these drones are not mining. Drone. Oh, a macro hatchery, very smart. Nothing wrong with that. But drones too early. Now you're sending in an Overlord with how much HP? 53 health. That's like 4 stalker shots. Small counter attack here, very good. Well, that's not good at all. But then you clean it up nicely anyways. Or banelings kind of rolling around. Yeah, you clean that up as well. Protoss is just kind of throwing adepts here and everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. Yep. Then you helped him kill the hatchery. Little mistake, I guess. Protoss takes a fourth. Now it's like, okay, I kill his fourth, I take mine. Let's warp in the High Templars and finish him off with the Adept Arcan. Adept Arcan. Yeah, I can tell. I can understand why this might feel like a bad game. But the Banelings clean everything up. That was really well done. And a big counter. The Warp Prism should. Oh, it survives over here, but we have. Okay. Kind of getting stuck there. We're kind of checking through the replay right now to see so I can identify the mistakes and see what went wrong. Yeah, well, I mean, those units all were sent to their death. Right now you're actually starting to fall a little bit behind. You're getting the Hive. It's an interesting choice. I kind of chose close to production tab. I'm sorry about that. Link the Adept against 1-0. Still no fourth base. Another huge warp in. There are the queens over here defending against these adepts, so adepts everywhere. Let me read again. What does roach? Yeah. Going Ling Baneling is totally fine, but it's a lot harder than to build roaches, I think. The upgrades are slow? No. Eden. Eden. Your upgrades are slow. You don't even have the +2 finish at 30 minutes. 13 minutes. Didn't counterattack. I think this is over, right? Yeah. Let's go back a little bit. Right here, you have the gas, right? Just build your baneling nest very early, please. If you like, I usually build my roach warren or baneling nest around the 340 mark. The very latest at 4 minutes. You really need it. Just put it down, and if you want to, I talked about this a lot yesterday as well. So if you have problems with the adepts, go check that out. But build 8 roaches or 8 banelings, whatever. Just be safe, and at 5 minutes you want to start your melee upgrade and your lair. Around 5 minutes is that. Should work out fine. You're doing some drops. That's cute and all. I don't really focus on that kind of stuff usually too much. It just kind of happens, right? What I usually do is I just send in my first overlord, let it die, scout the Twilight Council. I know adepts will come, so nothing left for me to scout. You built your baneling nest after the carapace upgrade. I already talked about the upgrade, just get the melee upgrade instead. And then at the 5 you get like, you don't need the carapace upgrade, please. If you go Ling Baneling, don't get it. You only need it against if the Protoss also gets upgrades, I think. Maybe I'm completely wrong on this, but it's just what I have in my mind. Because number wise, I don't think it actually makes a change. The adepts are the Lings and Banelings are still going to die very quickly. 4 minute 30 is when I see if when I check the latest if the Protoss has a third base. You actually know he has a third base. Shouldn't really be a problem. Oh, he has a robo on the way as well, right? If he builds the robo here, I usually just try and go kill him. But I know that's not your style. You go for the link baneling, it's a lot easier to do with just make a lot of queens. I don't think you use them too. Felt a little bit weird. Also just take your 4th here instead of as a macro hedge. I'll let drop overlord. How many workers did you actually kill? One? Well, not too much. Yeah, we're a little bit low on workers, but you like, first of all, get 16 drones on the main minerals. The 4th should be, when this space is done, is when the 4th should be done. You can take the 5th as your macro hedge, but don't take the 4th as your macro hedge. Then, right, you try to split up a little bit, but you just kind of end up getting caught. Lings die here for no reason. Then the banelings die. Like 1 or 2 more banes could have done a lot there. The queens are trying to get the war prism away, that's very good. Upgrade, your melee upgrade hasn't done. Like your melee upgrade would have been a lot more useful than your carapace upgrade in this battle. Because I feel like the links die in 2 shots anyway, so why do you get the carapace upgrade if your links still die in the same amount of shots, right? The goal is not to keep your queens alive longer, but the links. Or does it help against the... to keep your drones alive longer? Not sure. Just don't do that. You invest 150 and an evolution chamber and a drone and a larva into something you don't need at all, so don't do that. Then right here you're very lucky with the engagement. I feel like you probably felt like you're way further behind than you actually are. Protoss has a lot of workers there. It's just kind of half-hazardly mining his gas. In the gas, 2 in the gas. Yeah. Right here, if you would have just sniped the war prism, this could have all gone very different. Very differently. This counter, not so good, I think. Like, then all these links and banelings just kind of die right there for no reason. These links walk into the main, into the adepts and die. Let's go back a little bit before the counter. Let's quickly assess this counter. So you're at 100, you're about even supply right now. Units lost a little bit less than him, so you actually had a pretty decent fights in that respect. You have the better tech technically and the better upgrades. Now you're losing a lot of stuff over here, and you're not really accomplishing too much. You actually fell behind 20 supply right now. That was not really a good trade, not really the kind of trade you want. Now you don't have enough to defend at home, so try not to waste your units like that. Just pull them away. You don't want to run into overcharged pylons with links, that's not what you want. Then you have no banelings here and your links all just kind of die. You have the money to make a lot of banelings, but your links are just standing around. And then you kind of get overwhelmed, right? You need more banelings. Most players go for the Ravagers because they help a lot, or just roaches. Against that play, I know Ravagers are not what you really want against Stargate, but against this kind of player I think they would really help. It's hard to really give too much feedback on these kind of adept games because everything just goes wrong right from the get-go, right? And then you still kind of stabilize even though you lose a lot and make a lot of mistakes. Lose a lot of units and everything kind of goes wrong. But you should just try to build some roaches that you can morph into Ravagers later on. Talked about that yesterday as well, so you might want to check that out if you struggle, as I already mentioned. Upgrade is another problem. The Baneling Nest is way too late. Just get the Baneling Nest earlier because you need to deal with these adepts somehow, because else you just get overrun in the early game. If you can beat him back once, the game is going to get a lot easier and you will feel a lot safer. I don't think you were too I don't think you really were behind the early game too much, like you mentioned. You don't really need to pressure too much either. Only if you actually build units is when you actually have to pressure. If you don't build units, you don't need to pressure too much. You didn't affect it. You said you didn't counterattack, link drops, yada yada. Yeah, you could have done that, but that's not really what you have to do. That's like a nice bonus, right? The Zerg race is usually very defensive. If you can defend well, then you can just make one big A move and win. But if you can also do some damage, then you can get even further ahead. Not like this guy played perfectly. I mean, he has a lot of money and stuff as well. Then you said your macro slipped. We already talked about that. You cannot constantly spend your resources. Yeah, that's that. You just kind of have to practice your mechanics. There's no magic trick to that. One problem is that links cost a lot of larva per mineral. 50 larva per mineral as opposed to roaches. 75-25 per larva, or ravagers 100-100 per larva. So it's a lot harder to keep your money low with links, of course. And mutalisks are kind of like ravagers, right? That's why a lot of people like to make ravagers as well. You have the money anyway. I have a problem with a lot of things, but I'm not sure how and in what order I should address them. First of all, just try to get, like, try to be safe, right? I quickly go back here at 430s when the protest takes his third base, right? So right here you see it. So just go check at 430. Does the protest take a third? He does take one. Fine. Ah yes, Twilight Council Adept. Okay, good. I know I need to defend. You said you fell behind in the worker camp, but I think you were in a really good position. Just put these 3 workers into the gas so you get some more gas income. Change the upgrades, of course. He is not really being too aggressive with the adepts at all. If he would have just attacked with 8 adepts, then you could have been in quite a bit of trouble. But this is completely fine. You made these units. You should have used them more aggressively, maybe. You do have pretty good vision. No creep up here, no vision up here. I like to put overlords into these ledges here, because I can scout from there as well. I mean, you have the carapace upgrade, but well, I already talked enough about this. I'm not gonna repeat. Please don't drop it. Just transfuse it, please. You're scaring me. Then the defense right here, you send a lot of units there just kind of to die. I know you were probably focused on the queens. You handled that pretty well. Trouble keeping your money low. The problem is the larva, right? That's a very common problem. But I don't think it's that bad. Like you have money, but it's not like it's not too bad. You should just try to get some roach stuff into the mix. Or some ravagers, because you need ravagers against Sentry Archon anyways, else it can get pretty hard with Pureling Baneling. So that would help. And then you morph the Banelings, very luckily, right before the attack. And you can kind of spend your money anyways, right? You took some damage, but that was mostly because you lost a lot of links. Here, the Banelings didn't quite do their job. You didn't manage to get the War Prism, just a lot of things went wrong. And yes, now I'm gonna quickly see. You said I have a problem with a lot of things, yes. What order should you address them in? First, just try to be safe. Secondly, the macro is not really a problem, I think. It's pretty normal to have a lot of minerals and stuff at some points in the game. Maybe try to get an actual tech out, just get Mutalisks out for example, or something like that, Roach, Ravager. Going straight Hive is pretty hard against Adepts, because the Adept player just kind of wants to kill you. So going straight Hive is not really the best option. Even though, like, I know some pros like Dark do that sometimes, but you cannot do that against straight Adept without dying. Adepts are just too good against the holding, baneling stuff. And yes, that's pretty much it. Don't really focus too much on the counterattacks. They're not the reason you lose. They can be a reason to win, but they're not really the reason why you will lose games. Should I play Roach instead against this style is the bonus question. I think yes. Just throw down the early Roach Warren. I kind of forgot when I throw it down. I think I throw it down around the 4-minute mark, right? Talked about it yesterday as well. Just go check that out. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis. 20 minutes. I know I kind of repeat myself from time to time, but I'm just trying to get my points across. So, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!